to Audio Hijack, and then start the live on my radio station here.
Hello, YouTube. Love that for us.
YouTube.
Hey, YouTube.
Yeah, man. The White King Records podcast.
All right, we should be live on Blind Insided Radio as well.
Awesome.
We just have
Okay,
to.
so we're live on both?
We're live on all three. Your
All right.
channel, my channel, and Blind Insided Radio should be.
We are live. What is up, YouTube and Blindsided Radio? What is going on?
Might have to give. I got the radio station pulled up. Let me push play. Y'all ain't gonna be able to hear it, but I will. Make sure. I'm on the service site. So yeah. So it seems like we're live on the station.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're live on Blind Insider Radio. If you're tuned in through the app, or the app ain't available yet, damn it.
The website.
App or the website. Yeah. If you tune into blindinsiderradio.com, it's on our YouTube channel. And yeah. So tonight we're talking about, how to get around as a blind person.
Episode 4
Episode
of our White
4.
King Records podcast, where we're talking about how to travel as a blind person. Yep.
Yeah. So, we talked about a lot of stuff in these last 3 episodes of the White King Records podcast. And this episode some of it might be controversial, some of it might be, it depends on how it goes. And I don't have the chat pulled up, so y'all put something in the chat I ain't gonna be able to see. So anyway, so Kaylee, Kaylee Brindle's up here tonight too.
Yeah.
Hello.
So y'all recognize her from the Rainy Day remix or duet.
Should we start with indoor travel or outdoor travel?
Yeah.
Which one?
Because you just went to the NFB convention, and that
I did.
is going to play a big role in it.
I also traveled all around the Texas state capitol.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's pretty dope. So, I graduated LCB 5 months ago, I think. Yeah, 5 months ago, to be exact.
And I graduated almost a year ago.
Yeah. August 29th, you graduated. February
Yep.
27th, I graduated. So, that's good for both of us. We both have street crossing capabilities. So does Kaylee. She was there for about 6 months, I think.
7. It ended up being 7.
7.
7.
So you was pretty close to that 9-month mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I crossed the interstate and Tech Drive before I graduated.
Oh, me too.
Oh yeah.
Love.
So there is a lot. I've gotten stopped by sighted people too. Trust me. There's been a lot of times you have certain people that just don't understand the philosophy of being blind and navigating. So yeah, I mean, my experiences. I mean, I ain't had too many people stop me during the training, but I had one guy. I had one guy stop me and ask, "How do you know to talk? How do you know when to talk or whatever?" I'm like, "You just talk like a normal person." So,
I've never been asked a question like that, but I've been asked.
That's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah.
How
I've
do
been
you know
stopped
when
by
to
the
talk
police
to them?
before, demanding that they help me cross the street and stuff, and I'm like,
Me
I
too.
can do it myself. I'm good. Especially when I was in Monroe. Monroe was a never-ending battle.
Yeah.
I had went. I had to find some places in Monroe for an assignment on bus travel, and the number of times I've gotten stopped. Oh man, it was crazy.
Monroe is a busy place too. You gotta think about that.
Yeah. But still.
So, Kaylee, what is your experiences? What have you encountered?
I mean, I think that if you project confidence, you're more likely to be left alone.
Left alone.
I mean, in my case, it was tricky because I had to walk a little bit slower because I have other disabilities. And so
Yeah,
sometimes I would have people interpret me needing to walk slower as me just not being capable or being squeamish.
Yeah.
And I just, I was able to advocate interpersonally and ensure that I was okay. I think something that I've, found is that it's the two most important or three most important things. Number one is your something that my travel instructor taught me. Right, your cane is your
best friend. Yeah, she might have had that call. She did.
Yeah.
She did say she had a call coming in
Yeah.
before we started this.
Yeah.
We might have lost her, but yeah, that's pretty nice. So when I cross, there's busy streets and there's not busy streets,
Mhm.
and
There's
there is
there's complicated intersections and there's less complicated intersections. In other words.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Not just Ruston.
Right. Everywhere in the world, you have those intersections where, and in every case, you need to, before you just go assuming what kind of street it is, you need to make sure that you listen to the traffic and make sure you can determine what kind of intersection it is and when it would be safe to cross. So if
Yeah.
you have to listen to a few cycles, do that. But I definitely don't recommend just yo, here's a street, I don't hear no cars, do because you never know, the street might not be busy at the moment, but it might not be one of
Yeah, a
those
car could
intersections
just
where you have to listen for quiet. It might be a lighted intersection. You never know.
because you never know because you got these modern cars that don't make no noise, no type of noise.
Yeah.
You could just hear the wheels spinning. That's what if the wind blowing, if it's raining outside.
And in some cases, you have to cross in the right moment, and you have to do it as soon as as soon as you hear it safe. You have to know and go.
Yeah,
Like some of these streets don't play. Sometimes in some streets, in some cases, you have to cross in the gap. Um, in between, in between traffic, in between. Um, I'm trying to word it the right way without trying to sound too complicated. You have to be on point.
facts. And what we're trying to get at here is you can go pretty much almost anywhere. You can do almost anything you set your mind to as a blind person.
Absolutely.
Not just travel, just navigating public places, stores.
Yep.
Walmart's got the personal shopper and the customer.
Mm-hmm.
You have to explain it to them sometime. Because I went to Walmart, my state, a couple months back. Oh, we don't know what that is. I don't think we have them.
You just have to explain what it is. It's a person. It's an assistant person that helps you, walks around with you, helps you find the right groceries you need.
Yeah.
Help you with pretty much anything you need in the store.
Mm-hmm.
And for places like if you're on a sidewalk and you have a lot of businesses, in order to find out which store is which, or like at the mall, for instance, you need to go in, you need to ask somebody what store this is. I mean, even if it's a customer that tells you, like if you walk in there and you ask what store it is and somebody's kind enough to tell you, even if it's a customer, that customer's not going to lie to you just because you're blind. I mean, I've never seen a situation like that. I've had a few customers, like I'd walk into the mall when I was in Monroe on bus travel and in Ruston when I did my training, and I'd have I'd walk into a store and a customer would tell me oh, I'm just a customer here, but I'm pretty sure there's somebody that can help you find something you need. This is the so and so store. Like some people are just kind of like that, and they'll tell you. You just have to be willing to advocate and ask, and if you need directions, you need to be able to ask. So I'm trying to get to this store, how do I get to this store from here? And, they'll tell you, if some people, they don't have a good sense of direction, but some people do, and the people that do, you just, you let them tell you, and you follow the directions to the best of your ability. And sometimes you'll have to ask someone else along the way, like, hey, I'm looking for this store. I got these directions, but I'm still lost, and I need some directions to, if you don't mind, could you give me some directions to this store?
Yeah.
You just got to be willing to advocate, pretty much.
And plus, your cardinal directions, that's your best friend too.
Yeah.
North, south, east,
The
and west.
the sun is your best friend. In some cases, the traffic can be your best friend. Like, I used to say when I was outside and I would be traveling, it's me and the sun against the world when I'm going east. And no matter which direction I'm going, as long as I can feel the sun, I know where I need to feel it if I'm going in a certain direction. So, the sun and the traffic are your best friends.
Facts. If the sun's not out, you can kind of minimize it, memorize it in your head.
Yep.
And
listen to that traffic. The traffic is the most important.
And sometimes, if you have to, you can use your compass on your phone if you have to.
But that's if you have to. You definitely want to try to rely on your other senses first.
Yeah.
Before jumping straight to the compass.
Mm-hmm. So, there's some more things that we can touch on. So, me personally, I ain't never went to a concert completely independent, structured discovering at a concert.
Oh, no, I've never done that.
But
too many people for me. I'm not saying I couldn't do it, but I don't know. I've never done it. I just prefer with that big of a crowd to have someone to have a buddy system.
Well,
only because, I mean, it's more fun going to concerts with friends and stuff. Anyway,
I don't like going to concerts by myself anyway.
Yeah, I could go by myself, but it's more fun when you have somebody to go with because you can laugh and talk and sing along with the music, and it's just more fun to have a friend.
Yeah.
The same with movies. Like the movies, you can sit next to them and they sit next to you, and you guys both have your snacks and your popcorn, and you're watching and laughing, and it's just, I find that going out is more fun when you have friends. Not that I can't do it on my own, because I can definitely do it on my own. I'm not doubting my abilities at all. I can definitely do it, but it's less lonely when you have a friend. That's my opinion on that.
So yeah, so that's pretty much the whole navigating. I mean, there's a lot more to it. Maybe we can build on to this episode, maybe in episode 5 when we have more people on this panel.
Yeah, because I'd love to hear everybody's experiences too, like like with how they get around and how they like you and I, we have JJ, you and I have similar experiences because we both went to Louisiana and we learned from there, and we both may have learned some of the same techniques and ran into some of the same issues and problems, especially with the airport. I had somebody trying to put my cane in the overhead bin one time, and I'm
somebody actually put my cane in the overhead bin one time.
Luckily, I've been asked if I wanted that, and when I tried to explain that I didn't want that because I just felt more comfortable with it around me, and I asked if I could just put it like near the window seat, like you can put it down.
Maybe you can ask whoever's in the window can.
Yeah.
Maybe
luckily, the person that was sitting near the window didn't mind because they said that they had a roommate in college that was blind with the flight attendants. So I don't know if your seatmate's gonna be fine with that, but you can ask. And I'm just I just rather not really have my cane in the thing because for one, I didn't want to get broken all the bags. Yeah.
And what if you need to get out for a fire?
That's what I'm saying. And for two, I didn't want people throwing their bags on top of it and getting it broken.
The damn thing, especially the flimsy thing. How flimsy the D canes are. I mean, there's different types of canes. You got D canes. You got it. The telescopic canes, which I don't see myself using anytime soon. I
have one just because I thought it was cool when I saw it at convention and I got it, and I've used it a few times. a few times. If I know that I'm going to be like, I've used it for situations when I would like be just in the car mostly and just getting out once or twice to go do something. That's
Yeah.
the only time I've ever used it. But like if I'm going to be walking a lot, I'm going to have a long travel day. I prefer to take my regular straight cane, the one that doesn't fold, the one that's not telescopic.
Yeah.
Because there's telescopic ones, they can kind of collapse a little bit. And I definitely hate that.
Yeah.
And I definitely don't want to be walking and then have it collapse and then me fall down a flight of stairs. I wouldn't want that.
That would not be good. Just like a friend of ours, yeah, something happened to a friend of ours. Me and you both know about it. It wasn't because of us telescopic, but falling down a flight of stairs is not good.
No, it's not.
So, we're gonna do a little advertisement real quick. Kind of a little off topic. So the station submissions portal is up on the website. So if you're an independent artist and you'd like to get your music played,
and you
want to
get heard,
station,
it's not hard at all. You just got to put your name, your artist name, your email, right?
Yeah, your artist. You don't even have to put your name. You just put your artist name, I think. Is how I got it. But yeah, you put your artist name, your email. The file has to be an MP3 file. M4A could work, but I don't know.
We prefer MP3.
It's gonna
be a new station.
Well, it's got to be MP3 anyway, because that's how I got set up. But yeah, so upload your MP3, and actually here in the future, probably tomorrow when I, start messing with it more, I might add optional streaming links and stuff like that. And what those will be for is when your song gets played, the night that it gets promoted and showcased, I will promote that on our Facebook page, Blind Insider Radio, with the streaming links and the YouTube link. So that would be good for a lot of independent artists. We ain't big yet, but we getting there, and when we get there, it's gonna be great.
Sure will. And we just want y'all to be able to have an opportunity to put y'all's music out there and let the world hear y'all. And I'm an artist too, so of course I'm jumping on this opportunity. To get heard and have my music out on the station.
So tomorrow I'll be making the YouTube channel for the station. So yeah, subscribe to it next. Okay, so what should we get into next?
Well, I did want to ask this. I just thought about it. It's kind of going back into the travel aspect of it, of things. What is your opinion on traveling to the airport as a blind person? Me personally, I don't like to be put in the wheelchair. A lot of the flight, attendants and things, not flight attendants, but the people who work there, the staff, they want to do that and they want to put you in the chair because they think it'll get you there faster. Me personally, if I am rushing to get somewhere, if I'm rushing to get to my gate or something and I only have a certain amount of minutes, I will ask someone, the person who, brought the chair out, like, hey, do you mind if I walk with you? Like, I personally, because I have the skills to walk. I can walk confidently. And like, usually I'll ask for directions. Where is security? Where is the security at? Where is this? Where's that? Can I get directions to this? Usually, but if I'm rushing, I'll ask to walk with the person rather than be put in the chair. Either way, because I just feel like that's. I don't know. I've never liked doing that. I just always felt like it's like I just prefer to walk.
I get you, and me too, but
and I just feel like it's courteous because people who can't walk, they need those chairs, and you can be the one person that does have legs that can walk. that is like holding up this other person who needs that chair. Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel
My
like it's a
thing,
courtesy thing
I have to agree
too.
with you on it. I agree with everything you're saying. But if I'm on a time crunch, I either do one of two things. I mean, the first time I flew, I took the wheelchair.
Yeah, I was nervous the first time. I did the
But
first time too, and
the
after
second
that, I just
time,
stopped doing it because I didn't like it.
the second time, I walked. But what I did is I just followed them if we was close. But
Yeah.
if I was in Atlanta, I just held on to my bag that was on that guy's shoulder, or just held on to them. I know you shouldn't do that, but Atlanta Airport. You could easily get
Atlanta's a
lost there.
big airport.
And I,
Yeah,
in Atlanta, there's nothing. If you're in like Atlanta or these big ass airports, they ain't never wrong with getting inside a guide or help. They ain't never wrong with doing that, because you could easily get lost. That person could walk so fast and you lose everything you got.
I say,
Everything.
especially if you're on a time crunch, you want to be able to walk fast, and you should be able to walk fast independently. But you
That
also
too.
like, I mean, I've been the person like, I'll follow behind you if you wouldn't mind just speaking every time we turn, just so I know that you're turning, so I know that I'm not following the same person, or following a different person that isn't, you, because I'm trying to get to my gate and stuff. I've done that too. But the first time I went home, or no, when I came back to the center, I think it was the second time I flew. I did side guide just that one time because I had like 5 minutes to get to get to my next gate, and it was a long way. Yeah. You definitely got to be careful with Atlanta though. That airport is huge. The big
You get lost
airports.
quick, and you'll
Yeah.
get left.
Not to mention they have those train things. You ever seen those? You ever had to get on one of those?
Yeah, I've had to get on one of those a lot.
Yeah, I've only had to get on those get on one of those one time.
I did it 3
But
times.
imagine not having those. You'd have to. Ooh, it'd take you a while to get from point A to point B. Cause that airport's so big.
And to find the train and getting on the train.
Yeah.
And,
Luckily,
it could be
when I
done,
had
but
luckily when I had to get on the train, I had somebody show me where it was, and but most of the time, or a lot of the times, airport staff, they're really helpful. They understand that you have, disabilities and things, that people have disabilities and things, and they're not gonna, oh, we're not gonna help you because you're this or because you're that. I mean, I've never been in a situation like that. I'm not saying that nobody has had situations like that. I'm just saying that from my experiences, the airport staff can be extremely nice.
yeah.
And if you get lost, literally there's people everywhere. I mean, you'll
Yeah.
always have someone telling you where you are if someone's kind enough to do so.
Especially if you trying to get to the gate.
Yeah.
So I hope you're enjoying this podcast so far on the radio station and on YouTube.
I wish we had more people, because then we could do an even deeper dive into it and let people talk about their experiences and stuff. We're gonna have to do a part 2 of this episode, because I
Yeah.
wanted to have some more blind people up here that could talk
Episode
about their
5.
experiences.
Episode 5, episode 5, we're going to re-talk about this. That's
Do
my
a part
plan here.
2.
A part 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Or we could just call it episode 4.2. I don't know. It don't matter. Or just do episode 5. It won't. Confuse
Yeah, we could say episode 5, so and so and so and so, part 2. Whatever we decide to title this one.
And that'll be next Saturday, July 18th.
Yeah, we can talk about experiences. We talked about ways you can get around and how to ask for help and stuff and what you need to do. But we could do a deeper dive into experiences and stuff like that, and maybe people have tips that that I don't have, and just I'd like to have some opinions on this kind of stuff.
There might be quite a few people that I could probably get up here. I might call some people next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a few people that might
That might
that
be willing to come on.
that's kind of yeah.
Yeah. The way I planned it out, though, we were wanting to have some blind people up here this week, but life happens. It's summertime and life
Well, Kaylee
happens.
should be back. Kaylee says she'll be back if she can.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah. All right, we're kind of going shimmer around a little bit. This kind of still be on the same topic. Um, just a little tech talk in here a little bit. There's this app
TikTok.
called Voice Vista. I don't know if you use Voice Vista or not, Brooklyn, but my
No.
instructor told me about it.
Oh no,
Um,
I haven't. I've heard about it from you actually, but I've never used it.
Voice Vista, it's honestly really good if you're in an area that you don't know where you at. I've used it when I went to Shreveport in my out of town trip. It got me from my hotel to Margaritaville and go out to eat, and it got me back from the restaurant to my hotel walking.
How did Do you want to explain how it did that?
So it has a beacon. So what I can do is the app Soundscape. If y'all blind people following this page podcast, and you know what Soundscape is, it kind of got replaced with Soundscape. Voice Vista got replaced. Okay, Voice Vista replaced Soundscape. So it has a beacon. So what you do is you go type in the address of the hotel, or whatever where you at, save it as a marker, so you always have it.
Yeah.
And when you like go like let's say find somewhere near like a food places, because it has like a places navigation thing in the markers tab. So it says POIs. That's places. Intersections. You can actually find intersections too. So, but I go to food and drink and go find the restaurant that I want to go to, and I click start beacon. And walking distance, you hold your phone out in front of you, and when it dings, when it dings like louder, like higher and louder, that means you're getting close to the
Oh, that's
destination.
nice. That's
But when
helpful for. Wow.
But when you turn around, it goes doom doom.
Because you turn it around, you going the wrong way.
Yeah, but when you go the right way, it'll sound like a dropping sound, but it'll kind of ding with it too.
Yeah.
You go, ding ding ding. It's if you use the app, you'll know what I'm talking about.
That's pretty cool. I think CNAI had something similar to that. I tried it at my college once. When I did my semester in college, where you type in you go in there and you let it basically you walk around and let it calibrate your route as you're walking around, and then from there on out it can help you like know which way to turn and stuff. I haven't used it in a while, and I only used it one time. I didn't like it. I had written directions to get from my dorm to my first class or stuff like that. So I really didn't use it, but I wanted to try it out, and it was all right there for a minute. But that Voice Vista thing sounds like a really useful tool. I wish I had known about that when I was in training, because that would have been nice. Not even like when I was in training, but like if I wanted to go somewhere I had never been or whatever.
Let's say you at
That
your
would have
house.
been nice.
Let's say you're at your house. And you had like a Burger King like 300 feet, but you didn't know where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you literally type in that Burger King and you can walk straight to it with that Voice Vista.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I could have used it for outside of school, outside of class assignments, or not assignments, but like, what I mean is like, when I wanted to go out and I didn't know where something was, rather than calling an Uber or a cab, I could have walked with that Voice Vista thing. That's what I'm saying.
But at the same time, you would have to, I mean, if shoot, even then, there were some streets that I didn't work with. That he sent
There's
me on a
plenty of streets.
travel. Listen, he sent me on a travel assignment, and he went to he didn't tell me what street was which. He said use your Voice Vista, and I pretty much got there, and I texted him the street and whatever. It tells you exactly what street and intersections you're on. Sometimes they could be finicky, but
Oh, that's nice. See, my instructor, they had me just like they tell me an address and they tell me just to count the streets. Even if I didn't know what the street was, they tell me to count the streets. And yeah, they were less reliant on technology, and they taught me to be a little bit less reliant on technology. So that's probably why I didn't really use the Voice Vista thing and training, and why I didn't really know about it.
sure.
But yeah, I used to have to cross all kinds of streets, and when I didn't know what they were, they were easy to cross though. They were never hard. You just had to listen and make sure you knew when to cross.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure sure some of them were hard, but like they weren't hard for me whenever I figured out how to cross them. That's what I'm saying.
Go to blindinsiderradio.com to learn more.
Yeah, random little silence.
Yeah.
Yep.
So these are some pretty interesting topics. Hopefully Kaylee will come back. If not, we might go and end it off there. But maybe we can
Maybe she can come back the next week or something, and maybe she can. We can have her up here again and have some other blind people too.
Yeah, we're gonna give it about 15 minutes here, and we will probably end it off there. So
Yeah. I know
can
this
start to
is
move it back on the station and stuff like that.
Lane, I know this might seem like a short podcast episode, but we were kind of thinking when we initially talked about discussing this topic, we were planning on having some other blind people discuss it with us to make it more interesting. Not that it's not interesting enough, but I mean, like, every blind person has their story, and it would have been nice to have like other people who have traveled and who have done this kind of thing to voice their opinions and offer their tips that could be helpful and stuff.
I'm gonna pull up YouTube on my phone, look at the chat.
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't do.
Well, I didn't pull up my app that I usually do.
I usually
I'm
pull up my
actually
YouTube.
pull up the station real quick, make sure everything's good on the phone as well. Oh yeah, it sounds good on the radio station.
Oh yeah, it's live on there. That's good.
Yeah, it's live on there. Yeah, I knew it was live on there, but I checked the app on my phone. The upcoming app, by the way, guys.
Still in the works.
Still in the works.
Just like my album, in case anyone's wondering.
Yeah.
I had a release date, but I decided to push it back because I want to give you guys the best of the best, and I have some new ideas floating around that I didn't have before. So I want to make some changes to some of the songs. So just bear with me, folks.
Oh, Wendell, YKG Dell, what's up, man? I don't know when you
What's
put that,
up?
but what's up?
Sorry, man. If you're still here. Is that the only one we have in the chat?
Yeah, that's the only thing I saw on my end. Next week, I'm going to have the chat pulled up.
I would look on mine, but I'm worried that if I get off of this Streamlink, it's gonna kick me out or something.
Yeah.
Ooh, this
I
one's
hope
on.
not. But it is. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. My alarm went off. So yeah. So I think we might go ahead and end it off right here.
That's fine.
Let me see.
We know it's short, guys. We promise we'll make it up to y'all whenever we can have more on the roster and some more people up here to add their
And-
discussion in it.
33. We've been live for 33 minutes. So
That'll make like a good, depending on how the edits go, to make like a good 10, 15-minute podcast episode.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if we're gonna end it off, we're gonna end it. And Blindsided Radio, I will leave you with the Auto DJ for more music.
Thank y'all for subscribing this far and watching and listening to us. We appreciate y'all. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. Feel free to go check out our older episodes.
On all
1 through
podcast
3.
platforms.
Yep. 1 through 3 on all platforms.
And this
And we
will be on
appreciate
all
y'all.
platforms tomorrow.
Yep.
All right. I will see y'all next week.